Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome back to Sir K Loves Physics and Chemistry video tutorial for high school students. Today's lesson is an application of the first law of thermodynamics. Given a pressure volume graph that illustrates two thermodynamic processes with the same initial and final states but different thermodynamic paths, each one process being non-isothermal but the other being isobaric, we are to calculate the heat transferred into or from a system of a monatomic ideal gas. So stick around and join me till the end of this video. Watch and learn. The question is, letter A, 1/3 of a mole of helium gas is taken along the path ABC shown in the figure. Assume that the gas may be treated as ideal. How much heat is transferred into or out of the gas? Question letter B. If the gas instead went directly from state A to state C along the horizontal dashed line, how much heat would be transferred into or out of the gas? And question letter C, compare and explain the difference in your answers in part A and in part B. In this problem, our target variables are letter A, the heat transferred into or from the gas when the system starts from an initial thermodynamic state A, passes through an intermediate state B, and ends in state C. We denote this amount of heat as capital Q sub ABC. And then in part B, we are asked to find the heat transferred into or from the gas if the process proceeds instead from state A direct to state C without passing through state B. All right, so this amount of heat is denoted as capital Q sub AC. Now, the major concept applied here is, of course, the first law of thermodynamics, written mathematically as capital Q sub ABC equals delta capital U sub ABC plus capital W sub ABC. In this equation, the delta U sub ABC is the change in the internal energy of the gas, while capital W sub ABC is the amount of work done by the gas along the path ABC. All right? And this work done, WABC, all right, corresponds to the area bounded by the PV graph lines and the volume axis. All right? The delta U ABC can be calculated based on the key concept. All right? When N moles of an ideal gas undergo a thermodynamic process in which the temperature changes by delta T, the change in internal energy is equal to the product of small n, or the number of moles, the change in temperature delta T, and the molar heat capacity at constant volume, uh, denoted by capital C sub V. All right, so in equation form, this concept is written mathematically as delta capital U sub ABC equals small letter n times capital C of V and multiplied by delta T. Again, the constant capital C sub B refers to the molar heat capacity of the gas, okay, at constant volume. All right. So in this case, we are using the monatomic helium gas. So this equation applies to any monatomic ideal gas, whether or not the volume is constant. Moving on now to our computations, starting with uh, computing the work done along the path AB, right? So uh, the symbol capital W sub AB, or the work done by the gas in moving from state A to state B, is determined, right, by this formula, which is based on the finding the area of the polygon, right? The first polygon that we have here is a right triangle, right? And we know that the area of a triangle is just equal to 1/2 times the base and the height, right? So 3.5 times 10 to the fifth Pascal, all right, um, refers to the pressure of the gas at state B, right? And 1 raised to the fifth power Pascal refers to the pressure of the gas at point A. So if we get their difference, all right, that is what we call the change in the pressure, right? And then the second polygon, all right, is a rectangle, all right? The rectangle is shaded yellow. And as we all know, the area of a rectangle is just the product, all right, of the length and the width. So at state A, right, we say that the pressure is equal to 1 raised to the fifth power Pascal. Now, when the system or the gas is at point or state B, there is actually no change in the pressure, right? But there is a change in the volume. So the difference in the volume, of course, is the difference between 0.006 meter cube, all right, minus the volume of the gas when it is at state A equal to 0.002 meter cube. All right, so the difference of these two measures of volume is what we call the delta V. When multiplied to the constant pressure, all right, their product, of course, represents the area of the rectangle. And combining the two areas, right, we are in effect uh, calculating or getting the amount of work done by the gas, right, as it proceeds from state A to state B. So if we do our math, we find that the amount of work done along the path W or along the path AB is equal to positive 900 joules. The meaning of the positive sign is that the work is done by the gas on its surrounding. And since what we are after in question letter A is the total amount of work done by the gas as it proceeds from state A, passing through state B, and finally ending up at state C. And if you notice, all right, um, the area bounded by the graph line and the volume axis from state A to state B is in fact the same area, all right, that is represented by the second triangle when the gas proceeds from state B to state C. Likewise, the rectangle that represents the part of the work done by the gas, right? Yeah. In other words, right, the total amount of work done, WABC, is just equal to the work done, WAB, multiplied by 2, all right? So, we can simply multiply positive 900 joules by 2 and get the total amount of work done along the path ABC equal to positive 1,800 joules. This is the amount of work done by the gas, all right, for the path ABC. All right. And then we determine the change in the internal energy, all right, delta U sub ABC, using the formula presented earlier. All right, delta U ABC equals the product of the number of moles, small letter n, times the constant, capital C sub V, all right, or the molar heat capacity of helium gas, all right, and the change in temperature, delta T. This is the general formula, all right? Um, the molar capacity or molar heat capacity, capital C sub B, is also related to the constant big R, or this is what we call the universal gas constant. So the molar heat capacity of a monatomic ideal gas, such as helium, is just 3 halves, all right, of the ideal gas constant. So C sub V is just equal to 3 halves big R. And it can also be shown based on the law of the ideal gas law, all right? PB equals nRT, where we already isolated the change in temperature delta T. So delta T can also be expressed as the product of the pressure P, okay, and the change in the volume delta B divided by the number of moles, small letter n, and multiplied by the gas, universal gas constant R. All right? So, for simplicity, we will just combine these two equations, all right? Substitute them in our formula for delta U sub ABC, all right? So that we will have a shorter way of determining the change in the internal energy along the path ABC without necessarily determining the actual change in temperature delta T, all right, we will just substitute instead of directly using the value of the molar heat capacity of helium, all right, we will just use 3 halves multiplied by R, and then also instead of delta T, we will just use P times delta B divided by NR. And in the process, uh, both the number of moles N and the universal gas constant big R can be cancelled. That is, delta U sub ABC, which is equal to small n times capital C sub B multiplied by delta T, can be expressed as 3 Hobbs times NR, right? Uh, we just substituted, okay, 3 over 2 times R instead of capital C sub B. And for delta T, P delta V over NR. So this is what comes out, which obviously, okay, the product NR can just be cancelled, all right? So that we end up expressing the change in the internal energy delta U sub ABC in terms of the constant pressure P and the change in the volume delta B. So delta U sub ABC is just equal to 3 Hubs multiplied by the pressure P and the change in the volume delta B. So this becomes our working formula in determining the change in internal energy of the gas as it proceeds from state A to state B and to state C. Plugging the given quantities into this equation, we have delta U sub ABC equals 1.5 times 10 to the fifth Pascal, right? Multiplied by the change in the volume 0.010 minus 0.002 meter cube. Um, the value of the pressure P, right, is 1 raised to the fifth power Pascal. And then when you multiplied it by 1.5 or 3 halves, that's how we got 1.5 raised to the fifth power Pascal. So multiplying this, we get the value of delta U sub ABC, or the change in the internal energy of the gas, okay, along the path ABC, equal to positive 1,200 joules. So we can now proceed in determining the amount of heat, capital Q, sub ABC, all right, using the first law of thermodynamics. Since we already know the work done along the path ABC, and we just calculated the amount of the change in internal energy delta U sub ABC, so we just substitute capital Q sub ABC equals 1,200 joules plus 1,800 joules, all right, and we get the amount of heat or thermal energy that is transferred into the gas, right, equal to positive 3,000 joules. All right. The sign that came out in our computation is a positive Q, which implies that indeed the heat or the thermal energy has been transferred into the gas, amounting to 3,000 joules. If the gas system moves from state A to state B directly without passing through state B, we also would like to compute the amount of heat transferred to the gas. Unlike the heat Q or the work done W, the change in internal energy delta U is considered a state function. Right? State function means that the change in internal energy delta U is considered path independent. Right? So whether it's path ABC, right, or path AC, um, as long as the initial and the final states are the same, all right, we say that the amount of delta U is just the same, right? So we emphasize that here. Along the path AC, or the delta U along the path AC is just the same as the delta U along the path ABC, which is equal to 1,200 joules. So, since we don't know yet exactly what the amount of work done by the gas, if it were to proceed from path or state A to state C. So computing for that, all right, the amount of work done, W sub AC, and in the graph, that pertains to the area of the rectangle, the two rectangles shaded yellow, right? Notice that the pressure at state A and at state C is just the same, equal to 1 times 10 to the fifth Pascal. But the volume change, all right, is the difference between 0.01 meter cube and 0.002 meter cube. So when you do our math, we find that the work done along the path AC is equal to positive 800 joules. Again, uh, the work done along the path AC is positive, all right, suggesting that still the work done is by the gas on the surrounding, right? So we can now proceed in determining the amount of heat or thermal energy along that path AC, right? Using the formula QAC equals delta U AC plus W sub AC. Substituting, we have the same delta U, which is 1,200 joules, plus the work done along the path EC equal to positive 800 joules. All right, so for a total of positive 2,000 joules. This is the amount of thermal energy or heat transferred, all right, again, transferred to the gas because the sign of Q came out to be positive, right? Now, if you're going to compare the amount of heat that is transferred to the gas along the path ABC, all right, with that of the amount of heat transferred to the gas along the path AC, obviously, right, the amount of heat transferred to the gas along the path AC is less, all right, amounting only to 2,000 joules as compared to the amount of heat transferred to the gas along the path ABC, which is 3,000 joules. All right. So for both paths, all right, we take note that the change in the internal energy of the gas is the same. But uh, in the case of path ABC, you must have noticed that the work done, okay, is greater compared to the work done along the path AC. So even if only 2,000 joules of heat has been transferred into the gas along the path AC, okay, uh, the amount of internal energy is the same, right? As compared to the path, or compared to the amount of heat along the path ABC. Okay, so both heat or thermal energy and the work done by the gas are not state functions. Okay, Q and W depend on the path taken by the thermodynamic process. But the change in the internal energy is path independent. It is a state function. As long as the initial state and the final states are the same, okay, regardless of the path taken, the delta U or change in internal energy is just the same. So that ends our lesson for this topic. Till the next episode, mabuhay, mashallah. Thank you very much for your indulgence. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alhamdulillah.